Well, Jake, you are muted. You know you're muted. All right.
All right, I was clicking around and couldn't find the unmute button.
I was like, this is not supposed to happen.
I would
You,
say the timer trial one didn't go so well because I noticed it was going and it was already down at like 35 seconds by the time we went live. It was supposed to be a full minute. We'll get there. We'll get
yeah.
there. Maybe we'll get there. That might just not work.
Well, I appreciate the effort, as does Eccles. He appreciated the countdown. Good morning, Andy, Eccles, Jason, Kurt,
Well,
and
that
Mark.
the idea came to me when I was watching the Pat McAfee show live at like noon, and they start off with this really cool highlight reel every time. I think it's like 3 minutes, but it's like it's a highlight reel, the same one each week. So
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. They
and
had
it's
an
like a
intro.
countdown, and then they say, "Oh, we're live."
Yeah, that's cool. They got an official intro. Morning,
Yes,
Autumn. Yeah, that's cool. That we'll work on it. We'll work
we'll
on it.
work on it.
That felt weird to sit here for a minute not saying anything, but
Yeah. I mean, in an ideal world, it doesn't have us just in the background, I don't think.
oh
But
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know how we do that with our current setup.
me either.
Yeah.
Me
Maybe we'll
either.
maybe we'll play with it.
Yep, yep.
Got
Well,
some people?
yeah, we do.
People?
We do. Let's do you want to do the official intro?
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
there you
And I
go.
forgot the official intro. So welcome back to welcome back to edition number 41 of Knurled News Live. This week we've got a couple of new items from Bells of Steel. So they've been relatively quiet the last, I don't know, maybe 4, 5, 6 months. Typically, I think before that, we were pretty much talking about a Bells of Steel product just about every week because they just pump and pump and pump new items.
Yeah.
And then we also have some new stuff from Bulletproof Fitness. A couple of them are niche items, but then if you saw the doc, there's one that you probably see that I like a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. I knew why it was included in the doc.
Anything else new before we should get started?
No, let's see. We family took the family to Disneyland last week.
Oh, wow.
That was good. We've been a lot now. We in the 3 years we've moved since we moved to Phoenix, we've been four times, I think. And having grown up in Southern California, I never went that frequently. But really good time there. It was rainy weather in Southern California, so that kind of dampened the crowds, I think, a little bit. It is pouring rain today here in Phoenix, which is highly unusual. I had to leap over a large puddle to get into the gym this morning. Got my feet all wet and proceeded to get a short walk in. But no, not much is new. I feel like we were just doing this. What about you? What's going on?
Yeah, a week went by quick. I started the Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I,
Yes.
and I did not I did not zoom through it like I have.
Okay.
But I started off a little slow, so I found myself going a little slow, and then there was one part that piqued my interest. It's like, oh, this is gonna get good. Because I did not see, I don't not spoiler alert, I did not see the like what was coming. I didn't
No,
anticipate.
you went
Yes, that
in
was.
cold.
I
Yeah.
went in cold. I actually didn't even read the description, just
Yeah.
based off of your guys' suggestions. So I think I'm on like chapter 6, which you probably don't know where that is, but
I don't even know what
maybe a
chapter I'm
few
on.
levels in. A few levels in.
Oh,
Or
that's
no, no, maybe that top level. Still that top level.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
getting
not made
gifts. Yeah,
what's that?
getting
Oh,
like the gifts or
oh,
whatever.
I haven't gotten there yet. Yeah, so
Oh,
you've passed me up. I'm on chapter 19 according to the audiobook.
yeah, I'm not far at all. like maybe an
Okay.
hour into it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So, okay, maybe I'm ahead of you a little bit. I haven't had a ton of reading time or listening time myself. Yeah. So a lot of times on our road trips to Southern California, both my wife and daughter will just occupy themselves, or my wife will fall asleep in the passenger seat, and that's when I can throw in an AirPod and start listening while I drive. But that did not happen. So, but I'm glad you're getting into it. I too went in knowing absolutely nothing about the book, so kind of had a similar experience. Like, wait, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you're getting into it. We'll have to keep the conversation going as we both make some progress.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just dive into slide number 2, I guess. I guess slide number 2 is just a quick little home gym con update. Nothing real new. We had a GMWD sign up and Mikolo. I think that was it last week. But
Those are good.
that they are good. It's a sign that for companies like that to come to Home Gym Con, it's not a cheap endeavor, and it's a good sign that they see value in coming all the way to Louisville, Kentucky in the summer. But yeah, they got a pretty good booth size, if you can tell on the screen, up near the middle top area.
What are
Yeah.
the outer squares that are book ending the Macolo logo?
Um,
Yeah,
this is
like,
Grenade Grips.
okay, those are other companies. Okay,
Yep, another company, and then Mutant Metals on the other side of them.
nice. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So are
And then
those other little booths potentially right next to them too? The little white squares?
everything in white is open.
Okay, got it.
We also have a cool little company down here at the bottom, somebody that everybody has heard of. They are currently on hold, just waiting for that budget confirmation to come through. That would be a good announcement. But yeah, there's like patches of really good spots. I would say for any of the larger companies that are considering that want to get a good booth presence, those are starting to dwindle, like the big booth areas. But other than that, still plenty of space, lots of good pockets. This center aisle is a 20-foot walkway, so I think there's going to be some good. There's still some really good spots in that area as well. Right outside of RitFit is a hot spot. Stealth 4 was there last week, but they decided to move. Yeah.
Yeah, you saw it too. Colonial Barbell Club ask, is Vulcan the company that's on hold?
No, Vulcan is not on hold.
Okay,
No,
all
no
right,
word from Vulcan yet.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Autumn is asking because you're wearing the obvious promo for Beyond Power with that shirt. Have we made any progress
Yeah.
there?
I have not heard back from Beyond Power.
Okay,
I've probably sent them 20 emails. I haven't heard back.
gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, and last week was a big sales week. I probably sent like 700 emails out.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And only signed up one.
Hey,
So
gotta cast a wide net.
gotta cast a wide net. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to product number 1. This is the Pandemonium Squat 3-in-1 pendulum squat, calf press, Viking press machine. So this, you can do all 3 of those movements. It's kind of like that ATX piece that a lot of people were pretty pumped about testing out at Home Gym Con, but this is, it's a little different. So instead of a leverage squat, there's a pendulum squat. It uses 2x3 attachments, or 2x3, 2 by 2.3 by 2.3 whole post sizes, which makes it a little bit of a cheaper option compared to some other items that might look something like this. It weighs 380 pounds, has a 450-pound weight capacity. It's currently for pre-orders. And you might look at this and be like, what the heck do I even do with it? So I took some screenshots from the website, and it kind of shows some of the major things you can do, like the squat. You can see where the weight goes and why where the weight is. It feels different than like anything like a hack squat or leg press. Quite a bit different there. Viking press, you can lock it in, do pull ups. It's got a calf block. So yeah, I mean, pretty versatile item that looks like it's easy to, um, go from legs to shoulders, for example, in probably 30 seconds or so. Also, note it's important to note you can change the angles of that foot plate, which might
Okay.
come in handy.
Okay.
I want to say the price is like, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like $1,400.
I've never priced these things out before. How does that compare against some of the? I mean, are there any other like
I don't
comparable options out there that aren't ATX?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think this is the most versatile pendulum squat I've ever seen.
Yeah. So I was wondering about that single upright, like that's taller than the rest, and it looks like that was there. They put that there so that you can pin the motion arm up high, and I mean maybe do pull-ups or other style,
Right.
or
So
or
it's
like set your Viking press height basically.
yeah, the first thing that comes to my mind is it allows you to change the Viking press height. And then I
Yeah.
guess for the squat as well. I was actually just using the ATX one. Kyle has one.
Oh, you
And
went to
I made
the
a
new space, didn't you?
I went to the new space and I
Nice.
found myself using that quite a bit. I did both squats and shoulder press, and definitely instantly became something I would highly consider for my home gym.
Really? Oh, that's a
Yeah,
big piece
yeah.
too. That's some real estate.
I feel like that one's a little more smaller than this,
Okay. All right.
just because
Because
it
even
doesn't.
this one looks fairly compact.
This one looks kind of compact, but you have to make room for that weight
Sure.
on the back end to swing.
Yeah, I
But
would see myself like putting this up against a wall with that taller upright up against the wall, like obviously making sure you can get on the other side of that weight post. But yeah, this looks cool. The foot plate having that bar for calf raises seems a little interesting to me. I don't know how gimmicky or not gimmicky that is, but they obviously put it there for a reason.
have you used that on like a leg press slash hack squat before?
I've hit calves on those before, but there was never like a dedicated bar for it. You just slid your feet to the end of the plate type of thing and did that. Is this a
I,
normal thing on these types of pieces?
yeah, I've
Okay.
seen the like calf blocks, but usually you can add and remove it. I can't
Right. This
tell.
looks like it's permanent. This doesn't look
Yeah,
like you can move it.
yeah.
So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But it looks like a cool piece. These are things that I haven't really, when I think about machines, putting something like this is not at the top of my list. Not because I wouldn't want one. I just, when I think about a bigger space, I don't think about a space big enough where I would start to contemplate adding pieces like this. But this looks good, and the price seems pretty competitive. I'd have to do some shopping around, but
Yeah,
Bells of Steel usually hits the sweet spot for price.
I think just like having easy access to shoulder press would be really nice, and then
True.
also having this set up for leg day. I have like used a pendulum squat twice at like other conventions.
Yep.
So I don't like have a ton of experience with the pendulum squat. I would need to try it out more before I knew if I wanted to add a pendulum squat to my home gym.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, looks
but
like a cool piece. I don't have a lot of other things to say.
yeah, does anybody in the comments have thoughts, or is anybody saying anything?
I am a novice when it comes to pendulum squats, but um, I think for me the Viking press would be like you said, just like keeping some weight on there and knocking some sets out. I really like the Viking press movement. I don't set it up often because just the extra time to set it up, and I don't know. I've stopped doing them, but it is a great movement, and
Yeah,
having it something where you didn't have to set up would be really
yeah.
nice.
I, and then I did see a reel where Bells of Steel was using this, and they did use it for rows as well. So they're not marketing it as something you can do for rows, but I'm sure
Rose.
there's a few other things that you can kind of do with this piece.
Yeah, I'm sure people will get really creative. I mean, another thing that comes to mind is Voltra hookups. Where would that potentially work? Those legs extending out there look like the obvious place if you can mount it to those smaller holes. But that seems to be all the new hotness is how you can hook up a Voltra. Um, Kurt, let's see. Says looks big, but it is fun how machines are taking over. It really is. Like we've talked about this before. We are in that wave of home gym enthusiasm where people are really getting going on the machines. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
if you have room for a couple machines, and within those couple machines, you can find a way to get 5 or 6 of your core accessories. Like, you, I think they're worth it for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Manu Parkson Jim likes the Viking press as well. Doesn't like anything else about it. I like Kurt's idea, having his kids hang off the weight post and taking them for a ride. That's a good idea. Work on their grip strength.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, let's go on to another versatile, kind of versatile machine. So this one is also from Bells of Steel. So bang, bang, Bells of Steel. This is the Legacy leg extension slash hamstring curl. It's plate loaded. And then you can also add a preacher curl attachment, which is something
Oh,
that I think is a unique idea. Quick going over the specs, weighs about 180 pounds, load capacity 350 pounds, features 6 seat angles, 6 back pad angles, and multiple toggle positions to fit different lifters. I also watched I had on the background, I didn't necessarily study it super hard, but Kayvon went over this on one of the Bells of Steel YouTube videos. And one of the really distinguishing points that he emphasizes is there's like a lock-in feature to where you can get comfortable in your position and then set the leg pad up deeper than most of the budget systems, so you can get more resistance from the beginning. So they definitely had the strength curve in mind when putting this one together. Also, you can do hamstring curls standing or laying down, I believe,
okay.
which is a nice touch because there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I only do it laying down. Or also a lot of people who say, oh, I only want to do it standing up. So this gives versatility for that. Price, I think, is like $12.50 right now for the pre-order, and then the preacher curl attachment is like another $130 or something like that. So
Okay.
a little bit more pricey than like the GMWD one that a lot of people are hyping up right now, but this one looks to be a little more versatile, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Hearing that it it breaks the $1,000 mark is a little bit surprising because of the competition pricing that's out there right now on similar pieces. But they've done some unique things. The weight post on the back, I mean, we've seen that before because you want to try to get this weighted down, but it's an interesting way that they mounted those weight horns at an angle like that. I'm assuming that's all they're for, is just to weigh the machine down. The preacher curl attachment could be interesting. I'll have to go take a look at that. But I am really curious how this performs against some of, like, GMWDs, I think, on in like RitFit are on their second or third variations of them after a lot of feedback. So I am curious about the strength curve. Curtis says that he thinks the weight's going the wrong way. He did that extensive review on, I think it was the RitFit one, that opened my eyes to a lot of things that I hadn't ever thought about with like a budget leg curl leg extension. Also, Jared, back to the last one, is claiming that was my idea for the Viking Press add-on to the Bells of Steel piece. Jared's
Wow.
giving out free ideas, guys.
Free
Black
advice from
Widow
Jared.
VHS, yeah, that bar we featured last week. Jared is making his mark. Yeah, that was a good addition, Jared. I don't know what else to say about this. Like this is the type of piece that you really have to try. And like I think Kyle did it last year at Home Gym Con, where he tried all of the different leg curl leg extensions, because it's really going to be a very personal preference in how the weight feels. But Bells of Steel coming in hot. Looks like they're about to fire it up again here going into the holiday season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get Bells of Steel to sign up for Home Gym Con so you can try this out
Oh, have
yourself.
they not? They got
They
to
have
come.
not. No.
They've been the first 3 years, right? Did they come to the
Yes.
first year?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Anyways, I like this. Again, I think I'm with you. It's something I'd want to try, or at least wait for a few different reviews. But this would be definitely. I like the idea of a slightly above some of the other budget options, in between a selectorized option that's most likely going to be at least $1,000 more. I do like this at the price point, actually.
Yeah. I like the grips, the handles on the leg stay. You don't always get that. So I like that they put that on there
Yeah,
versus
that
just
is
having to
nice.
like find somewhere to put your hands on the pad.
That is a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like just little things that those are little things that you pick up on when you try a handful of them in a row, right? Like, oh, well, the movement might feel the same, but gosh, this little quality of life addition for these grips makes a difference, and I like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks great. I guess I
Great
gotta try it.
analysis.
Gotta try it.
Good eye there.
Thanks.
Next up, Crossmember upright from Bulletproof. So this is an upright for your Crossmember that you can add in between your power rack. I don't think you'd ever put it outside of your power rack, but you can put it inside of your power rack. This is specifically designed for, stuff from Bulletproof that they're already creating, like the VTS. You can put the Bulletproof isolator there. For me, I would consider putting something like the Mammoth Belt Squad, or the new option from PRX and Vendetta, something like that. You can put it wherever on the Crossmember. So there's a lot of versatility where you can put it. It's only available for 3x3 racks with 1-inch holes, and it's 60 inches tall. So it's not going to go all the way up.
Okay.
But yeah, this is actually something I would consider right away. I like
Well,
this.
you like
I like
single
this.
post, yeah.
I like the single post. So what I would do is I would just I would only use my stealth spotters on the outside. Right now I move them inside and out
Uh
for,
huh.
if I'm working inside of the rack, working outside of the rack. I prefer lifting outside the rack, so this would allow me to put a few different things there. Or I could put the Synergy custom adjustable dumbbell stand there as well.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
be cool. Or just use for storage. You could use it for storage, put it in the middle, and then use, if you have a 4-post rack that's not on an edge or a corner, you could use both sides of the rack and use like storage in the middle. So yeah, I like this idea.
I think it's got some potential. Help me, correct me in chat. Let me know. I mean, the this we've seen this possible before. Just using a regular gusset, right? Those are what those are called. I'm pretty sure those are called gussets. It just looks like they modified the gusset a little bit so that it's their own unique design. I think it would be cool to add different heights to the upright versus only 60 inches. What I'm thinking about is it would be cool to have this go to the top of your top upright as just like a full on accessory post in there, where you attach it at the bottom and at the top. I've thought about how I could potentially like set up two racks side by side. Kind of, have you seen like Coop's latest like garage build where he has basically two Rogue racks side by side? So he's got a working station in each side. But in order to do that, they have to be the exact same depth. He's kind of creating like two cubes. You haven't seen this?
I have, but I didn't like study it like you're explaining.
Okay, okay. Well, I always just thought it would be cool to have that same setup, but have one side be one depth and the side next to it be a different depth. But you can't really do that without something custom like this. Probably hard to envision because it's just stuck in my crazy mind. But I think that there's potential to get really creative with this. I'm just wondering what the advantage of like this gusset versus just like a standard gusset that you can get anywhere else. Like they typically come with like squat racks and stuff. That's what just like or squat stands, excuse me. There's a gusset attaches your uprights to the feet. This is just a different take on that gusset. But it's got my wheel spinning. Maybe my whole side by side rack idea would work with something like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we have a
I'm
price
also.
point?
I want to say it's like 240.
Okay. All right.
Also, you could put a cross member in the back and make this like a third post right in the middle for like the smart, like a prime smart arm or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like we've seen some
absolutely.
people do certain things like that. Yeah, I can see this being a thing.
I agree. It's definitely got my wheels spinning on how I could potentially do something like this. Yeah, yeah. Now I want to
Yeah.
go hunting on the internet and start piecing something together. But yeah, this has got some potential. I really want to find. I'm gonna have to go check out the Bulletproof Facebook page and see if he talks more about that gusset. I'm nerding out on what the advantages of that gusset that
I
kind of
don't know.
wraps
Yeah, because
around.
there's like an extra hole
Yeah,
that's
and
not
what's
being
that extra hole
used.
for? Yeah, yeah. What's the
Yeah,
extra hole for?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, the
I don't know.
spacing on the bolts is a little precarious, but all right. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. You would think there's a reason for it, but I don't know. But you can see it's like locked in on like right here. It's like
Yeah.
it looks like that's closed off. I wonder if that just adds more stability as opposed to like a regular. I think what you're saying is like the most of the gussets just kind of flange out,
Yeah.
right? And they
Yeah.
don't lock it in like that. But yeah, I don't know what the extra hole is for. Maybe, I mean, maybe something for the future. I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
Anyways, cool option. Bulletproof does a lot of like they're doing so many releases, and a lot of them are really niche to current customers. So we don't necessarily cover them each week. And here's a few other items that they've released as well for the isolator add-on. So this is the isolator cam and then also crossbow cam. So these are made most specifically to help with that resistance curve, and also help to, I don't know 100% of the details on here, but help with the resistance curve, and also help to connect the weight to like a trolley system, like the VTS,
Right.
or a pulley system. So I believe like you can get a little bit creative and connect it to the weight systems you already have, as opposed to just the current weight, the original weight horn that it comes with.
Is when you're running the doubler, it basically.
I swear I turned that volume down. Let me just
Oh, hey, look there's the upright.
let me just turn that down. I think that will.
Is when you're running the doubler.
Why didn't that work? There we go. That's how we make the documents, guys.
That's how...
Canva, probably the most helpful tool I've ever used as a content creator. Canva, so good. But yeah, here's just a few different examples of the cams. You can see this one, it's going back and forth. It's connected to, looks like they're both connected to like the different pulley systems, or VHS style weight systems. But these will help the resistance curve, which is like the biggest issue with most of the plate loaded swing arms like this, most specifically leg curl, leg extension. So just a few examples of Bulletproof continuing to improve on what it already has, rather than just come out with new designs, which would kind of screw anybody who, bought the isolator a couple of years ago.
That's true. I mean, you led with this, but they are doing a really good job of serving their current install base well, by continuing to add on and find new ways to improve on what people have already purchased. It's always interesting to hop into that Facebook group and see just how loyal his customers are and excited. I mean, a lot of these releases are coming straight from request from their community. It does seem to just continue to get more and more complex.
Yeah.
And it kind of like makes me feel glad that I didn't jump into the isolator ecosystem, because it would be like lever arms, like you just keep on dumping money into them to improve them slightly. But it'll be interesting to see, like when I see a cam like that, I start thinking about other ways that I could potentially get creative with it and hack it together to accomplish something else. But it seems really interesting.
Yeah,
we've got some comments. Joey
it's
doesn't.
Definitely complicated, and that's why I say I'm not 100% up to speaking on all of this, but I do like the idea that you can buy a VTS and also have it work with your isolator, and they're working on finding ways to make that. I liked the Bulletproof isolator for what it was. But I can totally see, like, after you build out your home gym for a couple of years, that you just want to improve it. And that's exactly what's going on here. It seems like people are submitting ideas. Like you said, he's going to China, and they're like doing it on the spot, which is kind of cool to see. And that group is just so passionate.
Yeah.
He's got like a really strong group of very helpful individuals who are, helping them come up with these ideas.
Andy thinks he's blasting 6 plates on the leg extension way too easy. Yeah, maybe
I
the
thought
load
that too,
transfer is
yeah.
not very good. It definitely looks interesting. I really hope. Have they signed? I can never remember. They signed up for this year. They took
Yeah.
a smaller booth, right?
Yeah,
Slightly
it's a
smaller.
smaller booth, but it's still pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully this year they can really, not run into any challenges with getting there, because as I've said it on plenty of other podcasts, where he needs to have like multiple stations all set up so that you can just kind of walk up and don't have to tinker with it and just know like, okay, if you wanted to set it up this way, this is what you can expect, and so on and so forth. But yeah, as Joey's saying, the passion and innovation is amazing. So yeah, gotta try it. Gotta try it. I wonder. I'd be curious to find out, like people to share how much they've invested into their isolator ecosystem at this point.
Yeah.
Like buying all
Yeah.
of the things that have come out and all of the updates and the different arms and hex ports and all of that stuff. I'm sure it's a pretty significant investment. There's actually an isolator up for sale in my area for like 400 or 450, like an original isolator, I think. And it's just sitting.
Do you have a leg curl leg extension in your
I
home
don't.
gym?
No, no.
I think that might be a fun tinkering exercise for you.
I don't know where I would store it when not in use.
Yeah, that is the thing. You pretty much, I mean, sure, you can take a few minutes and like take it on and off each time, but I don't think most people are going to want to do that. You would need like a dedicated post like this Crossmember upright.
Yeah, if I did it, I would want a dedicated station for it where
For
it
sure.
can just stay up all of the time. Andy is in that ecosystem. He spent about 1,500 to 2,000, which is less than I would have guessed. So not too bad. At that point, you've got like a commercial grade-ish leg extension leg curl that can't do all of the other things that the isolator allows you to do. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but it's still a lot.
Yeah. Oh, is that the end of the dock? I guess
That's
it
the end of the
is.
doc. There wasn't a ton of stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, let us know in the comments if you guys have any other topics or questions you would like to ask. We're happy to jump into them.
Yeah, I mean, I would be curious if someone was to add a leg curl, leg extension into their home gym today, what's their number one option? And maybe I'll make like a garage gym experiment post. Like, do you want plate loaded that's under 1,000? Do you want plate loaded in between 1,000 and 1,500? Do you want a selectorized, like more of a budget selectorized that's in like the 2,000s, or do you want something premium?
I feel like my answer is I would probably identify like what the more sought after like commercial leg extension leg curls are, something that I'd have to find on the used market and then hunt one of those down and put it in my space. That's just me. I missed this comment, Andy. It's the Larry verse. Yes, it is. I don't know what Curtis is saying. Homist. Joey says that the GMWD LE08 looks like the best mid-budget option.
Joey, do you think it looks better than the Bells of Steel one?
Hey, welcome, Harry. Made it to the live. I gotta see this thing. Yeah, $600. Oh no, that's $1,000 for the LE08 2.0. Yeah. Selectorized standalone purely for convenience. Yeah, I definitely want selectorized. Yeah, this GMWD does look pretty decent.
Yeah, Gluck just reviewed it, and then
Right.
Massonomics did too.
Did they? Okay. I missed those while I was in Southern California. I'm behind on my home gym community content.
Shame on you.
I know. Mark thinks I should get it. Oh, Mark had something earlier that I did not miss. He was calling out, he was asking when is Rep Fitness going to make like their variation on the Prime Shorty bench, which we kind of talked about last week I think, because we were talking about the freak athlete one and how there's a couple of other budget options out there. And I think I said I'm just waiting for Rep to
Yeah.
release their variant of it. I'm with you, Mark. That's what I want. I think he also said that anytime he mentions it in the Facebook group, he gets he gets attacked. But I'd stand with you on that, Mark. That's I agree. I want Rep to make something like that. Yeah, and this is kind of how I feel with Harry saying, like $1,000 for a plate loaded option does seem pretty hefty.
Tariffs.
Tariffs, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you like leg curls, well, it doesn't have the Bells doesn't do seated leg curls, does it?
Yeah, I
It's
think
lying
so.
leg
Yeah.
curls and then standing leg
hands-
curls. But
No,
you
I
didn't
think,
say-
and then I think you can bring it up.
Oh, you can do
Yeah.
seated as well. Okay.
I believe so. Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, then that makes it super versatile.
Well, do we have anything else? Any new topics? Any questions you have for me or Michael? Or Michael, you got any questions for me?
Probably. Have you gotten any new stuff in the gym?
Yeah, I've gotten a few smaller things.
Okay.
The first one is I bought the cross rope package. Are you familiar with cross rope?
No.
So cross rope, right behind me, you can see jump ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're heavy. They're heavy and they're awesome. I really like them. I don't know what it is about them. Why are you smiling?
Joey with the inside jokes, but I'm holding out for a dual leg standing curl.
That's a Massonomics joke.
Exactly. That's why I was laughing. Keep going. Keep going on the
Crossroads. So
Yeah.
I don't know what you've used an air bike, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
And for whatever reason, it just wins the crap out of you. Like, I think because you're doing arms and legs. So with the heavy ropes, for whatever reason, you get winded super fast and your arms start burning. So I'm a big fan of the cross rope so far. I've had them for a few weeks. It's one of those items where most people don't really use jump ropes so often anymore. But I think there's potential for a lot of people to get cross ropes. They're nice. And then I bought the Flex Wedge from Exponent Edge,
Okay.
which is like a kind of like a calf block, but you can adjust the
yes.
height.
Yes.
So it's the Flex Wedge. I bought it specifically to do calves on the Smith machine, and it works really well for that. And then I've also used it with the Kratos flywheel to help change the angle. Works well for that. And also, I've been meaning to try it on the Mammoth Belt Squat to see how it does for that as well.
Okay.
But really like it, high quality item. It's not cheap,
Okay.
but it takes up a little bit of space, and it was on my wish list for a while, and I finally just pulled the trigger. Anything else? Nothing else new. What about you?
Yeah, kind of. I've got a funny marketplace story, and I did. Let's see what arrived while we were in Southern California. Bullet Pulley sent me a care package,
Okay.
which I'm really curious to try out because I already have solved all of the problems that the Bullet Pulley solves in a package, right? But I had to piece mine together and do some DIY and hacks. So I'm really excited to give that a shot and see if it's better, worse, the same, add some convenience. Haven't opened the box yet, sitting off to my left. Um, Good morning, Kinsey. She's jumping in here. But funny marketplace story. Okay, so early last week, or it was after our last episode, somebody posted on Marketplace it said two Rogue Monster strips, $50. And they were the long, and he didn't have any pictures of his actual products. He just took Rogue product page pictures and posted them.
I've seen people do that. Yeah.
Didn't have any stars on it. Or like he had no ratings, right? He's not sold on Marketplace very much. But for $50 for two of those Rogue strips, I thought there's a couple of ideas that I've been wanting to try out with them, and for $50, I'll take them. So was talking with the guy back and forth. He was super responsive, and I just couldn't find a time to get out to his spot. And so I asked him if he would be open to a porch pickup, and he didn't even know what that was. He's like, "What does that mean?" And I said, "Well, you would leave the items out, and I can either, pay you now, or I'll just leave cash," hoping he would just be okay with me leaving cash. So he agrees. I go to his house at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going quail hunting that day. So I had to go out there, pick up the things before meeting my buddies to head out for a sunrise quail hunt. So it's about 30 minutes away, drive all the way out to his spot, get there, and there's two Rogue Monster Light strips leaning up against his wall. And I sat there, and it's dark, so I've got like my phone flashlight out. I'm like, "Are those 5/8? Those are 5/8 inch holes. That is not 1 inch holes." And I had already put the $50 under his like doormat and everything. He had a little camera. I had to turn around, go take my money back, and drive 30 minutes back to my house, and then sent him a DM saying, "Hey man, you do not have monster strips. You have Monster Light strips." And then the burn of all burns is he didn't even respond to my DM. He just changed the listing based off of the new information that he got from me
Man.
to Rogue Monster Light strips. So I was pretty bummed because I was like, man, $50, like that would be great to have some 36-inch monster strips.
Yeah. If I probably would have gotten them and sold them.
Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't trying to do that. They're monster. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I would have done better on the price, but
I do have one other topic that's relevant to you, and it's something that my mind just like exploded on when I saw it in person and some of the things that could do. 3D printing is going to take over this world. Not take over the world, but it's going to be legit product that I think a lot of people are going to get in the future, not only for their home gym, but like it's going to help a lot of people, put stuff like there's just so many things it can do.
Are you saying this after seeing Kyle's in his workshop?
Yes.
And you were like, "Wait, what else can you do with this thing?"
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
I mean, I got there and I believe he was printing wall control
Hooks.
storage
Yeah.
options, and it was just going. But he started showing me like all of the files that you can easily just upload and it creates for you. And they're not like, sure, there are higher end options, but you can get some for like $300-400 from Bamboo Labs. I think is the company. That's what you have, right?
Yep. Bamboo Labs.
Bamboo Labs. So I think 3D printing is going to be just kind of like calling this. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have already said this, but yeah, my mind was just like, there's so much potential for people to just get a 3D printer and make a ton of stuff for their homes, and then specifically for the home gym.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, without a doubt, they are. I think that we will be alive to see a time where people have 3D printers in their house like they have microwaves. Like it's just.
I think so.
Just like an appliance that you're gonna have. It solves too many problems easily, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a thing. I can't even name all of the different little solutions that I've just 3D printed for our house, from like a tree topper holder, because my wife bought like a tree topper that was way too heavy and big for the tree that we have, but I was able to create and 3D print like a stand that matches the tree. You can't even see it in there. Stuff like that, like towel hooks and other weird, I mean, even my whole, lighting setup back there, the thing holding my lights behind me, all of it
Kitchen
has 3D
storage.
printed. Yeah,
Yeah.
kitchen. Oh yeah, like, everybody's got a like Yeti water, what do they call what are they don't call them growlers, but there's a name for them. But anyway, the water bottles. Everybody's got their own big fancy water bottles. Storing those in your cupboards is always tough because they're really tall and you usually have a shelf there. So they had like racks that allow you to slide them in and stack them. So like if you open our cupboards, we've got like rows of stacked water bottles basically. So little things like that where, yeah, I could have bought something like that for like $50, but instead I 3D printed it for next to nothing. But you're right. I think, and then the materials that we can 3D print with are going to continue to evolve. Like it won't just be 3D printing with plastic. It'll be, thank you, Kinsey, tumbler. That's the word I was looking for.
Tumbler, yes.
Tumbler. But yeah, metal, you can already do some metals, but just other stuff where you can, in one of the books we were talking about, the Bobaverse that I didn't really finish reading yet. In that book, they can 3D print with atoms. So they can literally 3D print anything, even people. So yeah, just it's going to be really crazy. Yeah, here we go. Dr. Teddy Waffles. I've 3D printed so much random stuff, like out of stock replacement parts for my wife's Aero Garden. So useful. Yeah, that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm glad you got to see it. Were you on Bamboo Labs website pricing out some pieces?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get one.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. I haven't settled and like done the proper research, but yeah, I'm pretty convinced.
Well, their Black Friday sales are always like right now, like the sales that they have going at this time of year are usually the best times to buy. Unless you're waiting on Kyle's affiliate hookup guy, then you can be patient with that.
I'm not gonna reach out for a free one. I don't want
Okay.
I don't want to deal with all those promotions.
Gotcha.
But yeah, if they wanted to like sponsor the podcast, I think it'd be a really good fit.
I mean, we could,
But-
if they want to sponsor the podcast, I will come in here with a laundry list of all of the cool things that I've printed. Even for the gym, crazy washers, like if you put a metal
washers would be a good
washer
one.
on your metal rack, it's still gonna turn the powder coat if you wrench it down too hard. So why not just 3D print plastic ones? So I've 3D printed 1-inch hole washers and all types of different stuff. Yeah, Kurt's right. The P1S, which is what I have, is on crazy sale because they released the P2S. Now, Kinsey's jumping on the 3D printer train. It's time. I guess it's time, Jake. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
cool.
it was one of those things where you've talked about it for months.
Yeah.
About how often you use it, and it's just kind of like gone over my head. Like, oh, I don't really want to add that complexity to my life, but it looks pretty simple to use.
Yeah. I saw it's very simple to use. Bamboo Labs has made it really easy, and so have some other companies. But once you realize, like, oh, I don't have to design all of this stuff.
Yes.
Other people have already designed all of this great stuff that I can just download and print for free.
Yeah, it's like a Pinterest board or Etsy
Yes.
or yeah. And from what I can tell, that plastic or whatever is used to create the stuff isn't super expensive either. So like it's not like, I feel like it's even cheaper than like printing, like having a printer.
Yeah, is the plastic cheaper than paper? Maybe. It might be. It can be. It's
Paper
pretty
and
inexpensive.
Ink
Yeah,
is kind of expensive.
ink is very expensive. I've been doing this too. Like when I know that I'm going to see nieces and nephews and we want to come with gifts, but we don't want to spend a bunch of money, I'll 3D print a bunch of like articulated animals. Or my two nephews are really into trading cards, as we all were when we were, 11 and 6 years old or whatever. And I found these really cool boxes that you can like store your decks and organize your decks. And you can, and then I asked my brother, I'm like, hey, what are their favorite colors? And he said, no, they're still super into the Mariners and the Seahawks. So blue and green. And so I customized their own little card decks. They were through the moon when I came, it cost me nothing. Took me 2 hours to let it print and I showed up with gifts. So yeah, it solves a lot of cool problems. I could sit here and talk about all the cool stuff. Let's see. People currently associate 3D printing with toy dragons. We got to flip the script. This is accurate.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of practical items.
Yeah, there's barbell collars on Maker World. I've printed some, but I sized them down to be like less than an inch and they didn't hold up very well. But there's cool stuff. You just got to go looking. Somebody even put up, I don't know if Darko, he probably knows this, but they put up a file for the anchor liners. So you could print your own, custom color liner for your barbell anchors. Yeah.
I need to do a poll on this. Like, how many people already own one? Are you interested? Not interested? I'm curious. I'm curious how many people are actually using them.
Well, Jay Brew is asking which one we would recommend. I think Dr. Teddy Waffles is right. The P1S is the go-to for most people. That's what I have, the P1S with the AMS, which allows you to have 4 different colors printing at one time. That would be probably your best option from a cost and function perspective right now. Well, Kinsey's asking if we've made our own files. Yes. It's not very hard at all. It's not hard. There's plenty of YouTube videos that will tell you how to do exactly what you're looking to do. So anyway, well, we've hit an hour now. And I don't know if you're tired about talking about 3D printers, but I could keep going.
I'm not tired of it. I mean, yeah, you're selling me even more. So
Yeah. Cool.
Anyways, that's probably good for this week's episode.
I think so.
Leave some room for next week. We are out anyways. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys at 9:30 Eastern on YouTube.